Welcome to the 5 for 2 podcast with me, your host Adele, where we say no to careers where you're trading 5 days of misery for 2 days of fun. A place we discuss all things career, confidence, and money moves. I want to motivate, teach, and empower ambitious women to achieve more, earn more, feel more confident, and enjoy the work they do. It's all about believing you can have everything you want in your career and then going and getting it. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Hey, how is everyone? Can you believe we are almost at the end of the year? I swear I feel like it was just March and I was looking for a new part-time job and I was writing out podcast episodes and thinking for the future and how I wanted this year to go. And then I blinked and it was the end of the year, literally. I feel like I've had one of the busiest years of my life. You guys know so much has gone on this year, from the getting engaged, the traveling, the being made redundant at the end of last year, and then looking for a new role, but not wanting to push too hard because I didn't want to end up in something I weren't interested in. Taking on a part-time role 2 days a week with a brand new company, growing my podcast, which has been going insane, taking on more clients, like just a busy, busy year. So yeah, how is your year going, guys? Like, how has it gone? It isn't finished yet, so I'm not writing it off. There's still days to go. We have still got so much time that we can get to certain goals that we might not have achieved yet. So don't give up. Don't time frame yourself to death. Remember that episode? We're not going to do that. But yeah, how's your year been? Hope it's been good. And I wonder who feels like me, like we've blinked and it is the end of the year. Like every year seems to go faster and faster as I get older. Maybe it's an age thing, but I just feel like every year gets faster and faster and faster. Anyway, today's topic is something I spoke about on my Instagram, and I knew it was going to be a podcast episode, not only because of how it made me feel when I spoke about it, but also the reaction I got from you guys. So I knew this was going to be an episode. You know, I'm always talking about strengths, knowing your strengths, believing in your strengths, confidence. Like confidence is such a big thing. Knowing your strengths is one thing, but being confident in those strengths and really being able to talk about them, a whole nother beast. Today, I want to talk about the reason you need to stop trying to use other people's strengths. When I made that statement, people were like, what are you talking about, Adele? And I was like, so many people that I come across are trying to use other people's strengths. And what I mean by that is you're reading job description, you're looking at your colleagues and your coworkers and you're saying, oh, I wish I was more like that, or they're so good at this, so I should be good at that. And you're not even paying attention to your own strengths because you want theirs. You're looking at the job description and you're saying, okay, they want this, 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 so I need to be this, this, this. You show up for interview and you tell them that you're all those things, but then you can barely back it up. And that's why you're not getting the offers. You think you're not getting the offers because, I don't know, you think of 100 different reasons why you didn't get an offer, when actually it's because you don't know your strengths and you're trying to sell someone else's strengths. They're saying to you, we need someone who's good at sales. So you're saying, yeah, I'm really good at sales. You're just using the word. You're like, I'm great at sales. I can sell anything. But you've not really thought, are you good at sales? You're just saying it because that's what the job said it needed. I'm really good at interacting with people. And you're saying that because that's what the job said about that you need. Or you're not applying for the job because they said you need to be really good at relationship building. And you're like, oh, I'm an introvert, so I'm not good at relationship building. I don't like talking to loads of big groups. When actually, that's a whole lie. As an introvert, your strength could lie in relationship building because of your observation. Because you're so good at observing and listening to people, you can connect with them easily. And because you go around and make the effort to connect one-on-one, because you don't necessarily like in a group, you then get really comfortable with everyone in your office and everyone likes you because you take the time to get to know them individually. You don't group people into one box. You've observed them for so long that you know their strengths, their weaknesses. You know how to get in there. That's what makes you good at great relationship building. But would you be able to explain that? Because you haven't realized that that's how you build relationships. You might do it differently from someone else. Doesn't mean you're not great at it. So instead of trying to sell a strength that you're not even sure you have, but you're saying because you think that's what they want, why not learn to find out your own strengths and figure out how they fit into the job that you want to apply for? If they're saying they need someone who's good at sales, think about the skills you have that might help you be good at sales. You don't need to say I'm good at sales. You can just say, I am so good with people. Like people like me so much that I don't even really have to sell. I just start talking to them about something, and because they like me, it's really easy for me to get them interested in the product, and then I'm selling the product. So it's not a normal sales approach. I'm not the loud, outgoing, going to be in your face type of salesperson. I'm the one who people like me. I'm really good at building a relationship, which in turn means I'm really good at selling because people like me, they trust me, so they want to buy from me. How about doing it that way? Stop trying to sell what you don't have, trying to sell a strength that you don't have, trying to sell what you think other people like. Like you think that people like people that are a certain way. Like we all have an image of what we think someone who's great in leadership is. Like all leaders should be a certain way. Maybe they should be loud. Maybe they should be outgoing. Maybe they should be really good at networking and they always want to go to events. I have been in leadership for years. I mean, like we're talking almost 20 years. I do not like to go to networking events. I would rather you reach out to me one-on-one and let's have a little Zoom meeting one-on-one. Let's go out together one-on-one, or even like 3 of us together in a small group, 4 of us in a small group. But I don't like networking events. I'm sometimes the opposite of what a lot of people might think a leader is. And then some people might be like, oh yeah, you're the stereotypical leader. Like I want to get my team together. We want to have one common goal and we want to work towards it. But the way in which I do it, the strengths I use to get that done might be totally different from the strengths you use to get that done. Doesn't mean we won't both still get it done. And that's what I mean by stop trying to use other people's strength. Stop trying to sell what other people have just because you think it sounds good. Because that's why you're not getting the opportunities. That's why you're not getting the money you want, because it's not authentic. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're ending up in jobs that you don't even like, because you sold something you're not. So you got the job, but now you're unhappy because you haven't found places that fit you, places that fit your true skills, your true strengths, and your true personality, because you didn't show up from that place. You didn't show up from a place of confidence. Knowing your strengths will change your entire career. It will give you access to new rooms, better quality opportunities, and a lot more money in your pocket. It is one of the foundations of my program, Create Your Own Lane. Because how the hell will you create your own lane if you don't even know what that is? If you don't even know who you are, how are you going to create a career off the back of it? How are you going to get into aligned work that you enjoy doing that pays you really well when you're constantly trying to validate yourself by being something you're not? I'm going to give you some examples and then we're going to talk about like how you can use it. But are you the go-to person in your office? Are you the one who always gets things done? The one that gets things done quicker than everyone else, better than everyone else? Or are you the one that's really relied on constantly? They're always like, listen, you're the reliable one. Can you do this for me? So you end up taking on a lot more projects. Do you always hear like, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare when you weren't here. I'm so glad you're back. Start turning that shit into money. Start turning it into money in the bank because it means something. When people are always relying on you, when people are always coming to you, when people specifically seek you out for one certain thing or 2 certain things, your strengths lies right there. You are good at it and that's why they seek you out. I was that person for such a long time. But because I didn't have a degree and maybe because I lacked some experience in the industry that I had moved into, I literally didn't live up to my potential. I didn't ask for the money I should have been asking for. Everyone came to me for everything. But I still doubted myself. I had all this imposter syndrome because I didn't have qualifications. And I was like, people coming to me for everything. Everything. I was like the problem solver of the office. Everything that was needed was coming to me. My bosses were coming to me. My team was coming to me. Like I felt like everyone always wanted to know my opinion. But I never realized that I could turn that into money. When I changed that attitude, when I realized that this could be money, I was so grateful. Because before, I was just grateful for someone saying, well done. I was just grateful that people were like, oh, Adele's amazing. That I was just grateful. I was so happy to just hear that because I was like, well, I don't have a qualification. So it's really good that people are saying I'm amazing. It's really good that like people are saying that I'm so helpful and they're saying well done consistently. I was grateful for that. I never looked at the fact that I was doing something for them. People are only grateful because you're doing something for them. People are only telling you well done because you're doing something for them. They were benefiting from my work and my behavior, but I wasn't benefiting from my work and my behavior. Yeah, I had a job and I kept a job. I always kept a job. Yeah, I got promotions, but the money I was getting on the back of that, the appreciation, like the respect, that wasn't showing up. I wasn't getting that. I wasn't getting what I should have been getting. Why? Firstly, because I didn't see my worth, but secondly, because I didn't know my strengths. I didn't know that I'm good at this and there are a lot of people that aren't good at this. So when they're not good at it, they need me to help them be better at it. And it is literally that simple. You might think, oh, other people have this strength. Yeah, but everyone in the environment that you're in is not going to have that strength. So if you're the person who has it and you're the best at it, you're the person that everyone will come to in that environment. There will be someone else in another company that has the same strength as you. but they will be using it over there in their industry in a totally different way. Your strength is unique to you in the way in which you use it and the way you show up with it. So if this is you and you're that person and you don't understand how to turn your strengths into money or how to turn your strengths into opportunity, let me show you how. Because I use my strengths to get 7 promotions in 4 years, double my salary, and negotiate full-time money on part-time hours. Oh, and I also got company shares which were paying dividends every 3 months. How? Because I stopped worrying about what I didn't have. I stopped looking at my qualifications or my lack of qualifications. I stopped worrying about the fact that I didn't have a degree, and I started looking at what are your strengths? What are you good at? And I realized that my contribution was valuable. And that is your first thing. You need to start to realize your contribution is valuable. Your work is not a charity. They want something from you and they make sure they get that from you. What you're helping them do is to become profitable. Start asking for some of that profit back. If you are helping a company make money, save money, build their reputation, bring in customers, these are all things that are making them profit. Start asking for some of that profit back. Realize that no one hired you just to be there. Something you're doing is beneficial to them. Your job is to identify what. What are you doing that benefits your company? Why do they keep you? Why do they pay you every month? You're not there for free. They're paying you every month because they need something. Your job is to figure out what that thing is that they need and capitalize on it. Understand which one of your strengths are the reason why you keep getting praised. If you keep getting praised, there's a reason. If you keep hearing well done, there's a reason. If you keep getting asked to do extra things, there's a reason. Identify that strength. What is it that's getting you there? Then turn that praise into pay. Another way to identify your strengths is what the hell frustrates you. When people keep on asking you to do it, like people will be, Adele, can you do this? Oh, Adele, can you do that? I'm thinking in my head, why can't you do it? It's not hard. Right there, that's your answer. It's not hard for you, it's hard for them. So what frustrates you when people keep asking you for help with it? What sits on your back and you're like, oh my gosh, not again? That right there, the thing that you think is so easy and it frustrates you when people ask for your help or support with it, it's because it's not easy for them. The thing that you're like, isn't that just obvious? Like, of course you would do X, Y, Z. It's not obvious to them. Your strength lies there. Then your job is to learn how to communicate your skills, your experience, and your strengths as results. Nobody cares about you saying, oh, I'm hardworking, I'm organized, I'm really good at sales, I'm a good communicator. That's just a list. It's a list of words. Start communicating those in terms of results. Because I'm such a strong communicator, I easily bring in new customers, and existing customers always want to deal with me and speak with me. They always are happy to communicate with me because I'm such a good communicator. I'm so good at relationship building. It helps create an environment where customers want to stay, new customers want to join, and I am able to help increase profit through that. What's the result of you being hardworking? The result of me being hardworking is that I bring in 10 customers a week versus other people on my team only bringing in 3 people, right? The result of my hard work is that I've had 100% customer satisfaction feedback on all our surveys. That's the result. What is the result of your work? The result of my hard work led to 4 promotions or 7 promotions in 4 years. Like, don't just say I'm hardworking. My organizational skills have helped to transform the way the company does payroll. We used to do payroll over like a 2-day period. Now we do it over a 6-hour period because of my organization. I was able to look at where we were doing things in a long way, and I was able to organize it in a shorter form way and organize the departments into separate areas of work. So each team member, each person did a different type of work. That has led to X, Y, Z. Talk about your skills and strengths and experience in terms of results. There's no point in saying I've got 10 years experience working in recruitment. That's nice. And that's what I always say to my clients to create your own lane. And if they say something to me and there's not a result attached to it, I'm like, and? They're like, oh, but I've got 10 years customer service experience. And that don't mean you was good at it. That just means you got 10 years customer service. You could have been the worst customer service person ever for 10 years. You could have got sacked from every job you've ever had in those 10 years. I don't know. So, and you've done customer service for 10 years. And what does that mean? If someone else is in the room and they've also done customer service for 10 years, how do I differentiate between the two of you? The results. That's how I differentiate. Tell me what results that 10 years of experience has helped you create. Tell me how that 10 years of experience has helped make your company money, has helped your boss, helped your colleagues, helped your team. Tell me. Learn to communicate that. Know that your job is a 2-way street. You need to get paid for the work that you do. Of course you do. You've got bills, you've got a life to live, you've got holidays to take, you've got places to invest, you've got good restaurants to go and eat at. You've got, that 5-star nice life that you might want to live. Whatever it is, you've got a business that you want to start. You need to get paid for the work you do. Yes, so you need the job, but they need you. Companies can't make profit without employees. Companies can't grow without employees. Companies can't grow without people giving them brand new ideas that they can then go and implement and make a crap load of money off. Jobs are a two-way street. You need me as much as I need you. Start thinking from that place. So even if you think that someone else's strength is amazing and you wished you had it, or you think, I need to say this, otherwise I'm not going to get the job, stop for a minute and think instead, what are my strengths and how will they help me in this specific role? How will they help me in this particular job? Sell your strengths into the job. That is how you're going to get the best opportunities, because it is the most genuine and authentic way that you can sell yourself. That is how you're going to be able to negotiate more money, because you're talking facts. You are actually saying, I know I'm good at this, and this is how it's going to help you in this job. Even if it doesn't seem, you're like, okay, I didn't see that on the list of skills. You make the connection. Your job is to make the connection for them. You tell them how what you have is what they need. Maybe they haven't thought about it before. Your job is to tell them, oh, I've got this and this is why you need it. So stop trying to sell other people's strengths and sell your strengths and watch the whole face of your career change. This has been a good one, guys. Remember, if you're struggling to figure out your strengths, if you're struggling to communicate your strengths, if you're struggling to understand how to turn what you already have into more money and a better career or a whole new career with much better opportunities, reach out. My program, Create Your Own Lane, is designed to do exactly that. In January and February, we start again with all new clients. Are you going to be one of those clients? If you think you might be, reach out, book a call with me, and let's talk. Let's see if we're a good fit, and let's see where it is you want to be next year, what it is you want to be doing, and how we can get you there a lot faster. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you in the next episode. I hope this episode gave you exactly what you needed and motivated you to confidently take steps towards your next career move. If you enjoyed it, screenshot and share it on your socials, tag me on Instagram, and come join my community of amazing women working on leveling up their confidence and careers. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.